This Cross Keys Reserve Viognier is absolutely incredible. And when I tasted it the first time, the thing that came to my mind was lobster. I'm a Maine girl and I do love my lobsters. So today we're going to be making baked lobster tail. Now a lot of people think this is difficult to do because basically you're taking the meat out of the tail, resting it up on top of that outer shell, but it's really simple. So what we're going to do is take some kitchen scissors and just come down the back of the lobster, just like this, all the way to the end of the tail. Now make sure as you're cutting it, if there are any little shards of shell that come off, that you remove those. And then you want to take a spoon, just a teaspoon, and kind of go under the edges, because what you're doing is pulling that meat out from the shell, just so that it releases well, just like that. And let's do the other side. So just stick it up under there. You're not going to hurt it. All right, just like that. And then I just want to pull that shell away, just kind of crack it a little bit. And then we're going to pull that lobster meat right up on top. See how simple this is? And then come back around it with the shell on the back and just kind of pull it together like that. And then let that meat just rest right on the shell like this. And then what we want to do is here on the back, you see that we've got this meat that kind of comes together, and you just want to pull that back so that you're really exposing all of that tail, just like that. Let's do another one so you can see again. So cut it with the scissors, just straight down the back. And you can see this one is a little bit more tough, so it's releasing some shards. Again, we want to make sure that we don't get those into that meat. So just lay them to the side. And then come over with the spoon, and be careful you're not pushing those shards into the lobster meat as you go. Pull any shards away, just like this. And let's just go under and make sure we've got all of that lobster. This looks amazing. I do love lobster, and you can do so much with lobster. All right, so let's pull this back. Again, just kind of crack it, just like that, but not too far. You don't want to completely break it so that when you rest the meat up, it's not going to rest on the shell. So there we go. Just kind of pull back, pull up, and then start tucking that meat back under the tail. There we go. All right, and then again, pull that side piece off, and we've got those all set. Now we're going to make some butter. This is simple to do. So I have some melted butter here in a bowl. I have about 4 tablespoons of melted butter. And then I want to just chop up some parsley, and because I've used this and I'm going to use it with my lobster, I don't mind chopping right there on that board. Let's move the scissors out of the way. And we're just going to give a really nice fine mince to this parsley. Yeah, nice. All right, so you want a couple tablespoons here. There we go. Just put that in your butter. Okay, so that butter is just resting there. Now we're going to put in some garlic powder. A little bit of paprika, because that gives some beautiful color in this. A little black pepper, some salt, and a little touch of cayenne powder. And this will not really heat it up, but it gives it a nice boost of flavor. All right, and then I want to take a little bit of lemon zest and just kind of grate in there. Just a touch. Okay, now let's take our spoon and just mix that up. So you've got this beautiful melted butter already. It's brushable, so you're not looking at putting a hard butter on the lobster. You really want this to be melted so that you can brush it on, and that way you're getting great flavor but not too much of the salt. So let's grab a little cookie sheet. We're going to put our lobsters right on the cookie sheet and brush all of this really, really well. You can see that color that just immediately pops. It's so delicious. Love it. And I usually brush these once right before I start and then once halfway through the baking process. So I'm going to bake these at 450 degrees for about 9 minutes, no more than that. And so at about 4 or 5 minutes, I'll just brush them again very quickly. Oh, they're beautiful. All right, so I'm going to stick those in my oven and I'll be right back. So how easy was that, right? Now let's just plate up a little bit, and I've got some rice here, a little bit of my broccoli, my beautiful lobster tail, and this is just one of those little chef's tricks to pop the plate, a little paprika, a little sifter, spoon, super easy. And with this wine, oh my goodness, it's incredible. This is the Cross Keys Reserve Viognier, and it is spectacular. I really can smell that wonderful oak aging in this, and it is incredible.